Welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast 2.0. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
So you can shut the fuck up, you punk ass bitch!
Watch your profanity.
Just to stay away from my baby's door. I'll be waiting for you if you come back some more. He's so good to me, and he told me.
Get headphones off too, you twat.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Of course you don't. You fucking have hearing loss or memory loss from that fucking eargasm.
I don't even call it eargasm.
I mean, I came out the front.
Gasm means like you're enjoying the song, bitch.
Well, some people, hey, masochists get gasms from pain. And now I can't hear anything because that's really loud. It's not as bad though because he turned it up.
Fucking yelling. You're fucking yelling right now.
Am I?
Welcome to the Designated... Oh, fuck. Welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. My name is Carlo.
Tom,
Darian.
I'm deaf.
Why can't you hear me?
because you suck.
Because you blew our eardrums out.
I turned down my mic.
Goddamn video.
Yeah, dude, you know the funny thing is I went for my button instead. That's why it hurt so bad.
Was that 1%?
Thank you for joining the Designated Drinkers Podcast. My name is Carlo.
I'm glad you didn't hear that, Darian.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow.
Dude, the fuck.
That's not so
I'm
bad.
Brandon.
Is that better? There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah, I can hear
Damn,
now.
dude. I just had a noise spike in my
Just
left
everybody listen to this. Just be glad you did not hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlo almost blew our ears out.
ear. Dude, he was jerking
I
off so
I
hard.
fucking hurt myself so bad.
And-
dude.
I threw my damn headset across the table.
So
practically.
I had the thing cranked up all the way to 10. So that
Crank
hurt
that
my
shit,
ears.
crank
And-
that shit to 11.
And Brandon, just for your information, for a cigarette butt to completely decompose, it takes 10 years.
God.
10
10
years?
years? That's a lot.
Holy shit.
That's 9 years.
And if you think about
that's 9 years more than I thought.
practically more than half the population probably smokes.
Once,
I mean,
one-
probably.
and then-
especially
and-
after Mad Men
More
came
than
out.
half the population? I don't think
once
so.
once I found that out,
Maybe
That's
in the United States.
because
at
initially
least.
when I first started smoking, I just throw them wherever. But once I found that out, I literally would keep it in the cigarette pack. Like I'd get the ember off, and then I'd put the butt in the cigarette pack, and then I'd throw it out. Because I was like, Jesus Christ, 10 fucking years. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
That
And
Dude,
is.
I must see like people flick cigarettes out their cars on the highway at least once a day.
for a while, I was actually smoking non-filter for the simple fact of that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I smoked non-filter for about 2 years. That's probably why my fucking voice is the way that it is.
But you have a beautiful voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put it in your booty hole. Get it. Then,
Wham!
then I'm going to give you a butt baby that we could yank out of there with a coat hanger.
Dude.
So hopefully...
Coat hanger abortion, baby.
Fuck, Brandon!
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm gonna lower you down, so fucking talk towards the mic, you little bitch.
Get up on it.
Man,
Get up
Like
on
you're
it.
whispering
Fucking,
sweet
One of the
nothings
biggest
to this
panties I
son
know.
bitch.
fucking
Baby.
blow your load. Make it
I
blow a load in
can't. I
your
just
mouth,
told you
okay?
I can't do it that fast. I'm not you.
All right, well,
We've already made
Yeah.
that joke, but
Get
I can,
close.
I can repeat it as often as you do.
get close to the fucking mic then.
Get up on this mic
I am
like
on
you're
the mic.
whispering sweet nothings.
No,
to
this
your
is on the
lady.
mic. You're
You got to be like all up on it. Be
a
like,
whole fist away.
I can hear me though.
well, that's good
Yeah,
for
but
you.
that's because of that.
I feel like it's probably because I'm attached to me, but that's too.
You're attached to you.
I mean, technically yes.
I guess technically he is. He's also attached to a
I'm very
fucking
attached to
dick
myself.
in his ass all day.
If my dick could reach my asshole, I'd be a happier man. I wouldn't leave my apartment.
He's like, I would never have to get laid ever.
Every
again.
single time I walk, I come.
I mean, like that would be if that was if I was hard and my dick was in my ass, that's probably a bad sign because that means I'm hard and I'm bendy. That means I'm a grower, not a shower. No, switch that. Shower, not a grower.
Dude, could you imagine if your dick was that long and then you got a hard on and it was already in your butt and then you just broke your dick?
Or you fucking ripped all the skin.
Oh. I'm sure technically it'd probably just plop right out.
Okay, new topic because that fucking made
You
me...
brought it up.
I
I mean, I'm just
You
saying.
brought it up.
I think
Carlo
with-
finished.
I think with that, let's start off our first icebreaker for the day.
That's not an icebreaker.
Drunk questions.
You shouldn't be.
Stop laughing at the mic. Fuck.
You.
So when you laugh,
what do you want from me?
When you fucking laugh,
What do you want from me?
Back away from the mic, and then when you talk like this.
Get up on it.
Okay, when
Put
I
your
laugh,
mouth against that.
I bust a gut and I lean forward because something's funny. So I go closer to the mic, and then you're like, "Get away from the mic." So I talk normally, and I get away from the mic, and then you like get closer to the mic. What do you fucking want?
I want you to do fucking crunches.
It's because
Oh, you do crunches?
it's because we have it
So
set up.
what? For what reason?
How
Maybe
you're
just
sitting.
Brandon. Maybe just try to turn your head when you
Yeah,
laugh.
there you go. There you go. Turn your head when you laugh.
I don't like laugh like preemptively.
No, when
I
you
don't-
laugh. No,
When
we're not
someone makes a
asking you
fun-
to laugh
when
preemptively.
when someone makes a funny, I'm not. It's only funny because I'm not ready for it, and I'm like, aha, that's a funny joke.
Kind of like
Aha,
that dick in your
that's-
butt.
Like that's not funny. That's sad.
I mean, but you weren't
I
ready
mean,
for it.
How
I
is
wouldn't
that
say
sad?
That'd be
I'm
pretty
usually, I'm usually
awesome.
ready for it. That's
Some-
the only reason I would accept it. Like
Le-
if there's a dick in my
Hey,
butt, then there's
can
probably a
you
naked
lean
person
in towards the
behind me.
mic?
What if it was a female though? What if she has some nice big tits behind you or something?
God damn it! You fucking did it again,
Dude,
You just told me
you know
I
what?
said lean in because
If
you're fucking
anything-
so far away.
On
Brandon.
a more positive note, I'm just saying, if a dude had tits on his back, I would totally fuck a butthole. I'm just saying.
If anything,
Let's-
Brandon, when you laugh, just
Thank you. That's all I want.
try not to lean it. If anything,
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
gonna be
just-
stone faced now. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
not
it's
gonna
not even
laugh at
that.
anything.
What I'm saying
Stone
is,
face from
what I'm saying
Serious mode.
you don't
Thor
have to
Ragnarok.
preemptively. Just think about maybe not leaning towards the mic when you're laughing. It's all I'm asking.
Think
you.
about grandma's tits. Okay.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Grandma's titties.
Exactly. Grandma's ass. You ever seen that? You ever seen that video? Have you seen
The SpongeBob one?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that was the
that
thing in
was-
high school.
yeah.
Have you watched that recently?
No,
Like that shit's not funny.
no.
Dude,
No,
that shit
not
is
at
so
all.
fucking stupid.
it's so dumb.
Dude, but
They're all
I
dumb.
lost my shit on that in high school.
Yeah,
So
it
did
used to
I.
be the funniest fucking
the-
thing ever.
The only,
Best
you know,
thing
the
since
best
sliced
part of
bread.
that was the goddamn after like right after the story about Christopher Walken, the clam comes out. It goes, "Ugh, ugh," and it's literally just like a jump like laugh scene because you don't expect it, and that's like the only quote unquote funny part of that video that anymore.
I think we found it hilarious because it was so raunchy.
By the
for
way,
that time.
if you're
That's probably
hearing
true.
if you're hearing a rumbling noise, that is my motherfucking neighbor having a party outside.
Was it really?
Yes, that was their
That was their
their
engine?
That was the motorcycle.
That was their motorcycles.
They got nice
They
motorcycles.
just, they just turn it on and then fucking rumble it for some reason.
Because they're drunk and stupid.
like
drunk,
they're like the
white,
cheese people.
and
Look at
gotta
listen
show
to
the
my
big
engine.
dicks.
I'm making up for my little
Fags.
At essence,
All right,
white and drunk.
let's start off with this icebreaker.
Thank you,
real
South
quick.
Park, for that reference.
Who wants to go first?
What's
Brandon, you
Sure,
go
let's
first.
go.
Did
Let's
you
do.
did you go last episode?
Yeah.
Go what?
You can do it.
Yeah, he answered the question.
Oh, okay.
I took a turn.
Oh, all right.
I think so.
And Tom, you want to set a timer? 1
Oh,
minute.
God damn it. Darian, why don't you have your phone? I don't like fucking with this
Tom,
thing.
work.
I'm sure probably Nicole's probably going through my phone right now, trying to be pissy about something. Cause she was fucking pissy last night during that damn movie. And it was pissing me off.
Yeah, why was she mad?
I don't fucking.
Because
You know what I
he
think
has
it
better
was?
taste in gay porn than he does.
No, you know what I think it was? After we left fucking Walmart, because I was pissy because fucking the girls decided to take forever and a damn day with this fucking shopping bullshit.
Right.
And
Goddamn.
it was like fucking 10 o'clock at night when we started watching this movie, and I already was. And I'm gonna be honest, I fucking passed the fuck out in that
Me
movie.
too. I fell asleep like 8 times.
Yeah.
What?
And
I-
so
Dude, that movie was
I
fucking.
was
And
trying
then
hard to stay up.
I fucking
Boring.
what it was is Angelo fucking messaged the fucking chat,
Uh-huh.
and fucking for her dumbass reason, she just goes, "Oh, who's that?" And I looked to her, I was like, "It's Peoples."
That's Bob.
Oh, and she just was like, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You want to be mad about that?
Is she a jealous girl?
Oh
I mean,
my fucking
I
god!
feel like that's technically the
yes.
definition of a
Yeah, that's
of
weird,
a
man.
possessive girlfriend.
And
It would drive me nuts.
That would drive. Like, Ashley used to be that way, and
Possessive.
I mean, we've gotten enough fights that she's not anymore because she
Apparently I
understands
haven't fu-
boundaries.
apparently I've had enough fights with her, and this has been going on about
Right.
what 8 years, 9 years.
I think she
now?
just kind of learned that I'm not gonna fuck around. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Nicole should fucking know. We got a fucking kid now.
right? Well, there you go. See, but that's
But
something
I
that
was just thinking about because I was aggravated about we didn't leave fucking Walmart till like what 10 o'clock.
Something like that.
yeah, something like that. I have 2 fish now though,
Yeah, but no, don't get me wrong about
them.
that. I'm sure.
Blackie
if,
and Whitey.
Eat them. One will taste better than the other.
I'm
Probably
sure
the
if it
white
was
guy.
just us that went to get fucking snacks and drinks and 2 fish, we would have fucking been out of there by 9:30.
Probably.
Probably.
Honestly.
No, most likely. I would have.
'Cause
Yeah.
you
You know
would've
what
went
did it?
straight-
You know what did it though for us, and why we were out so late too? Because I mean, why we fell asleep because we ate.
Yeah.
I had a
what'd you
big bag
eat?
of chips,
I had like 5 wafers.
chips and dip.
I ate
All right, those
practically
chips and
my
dip
whole
fucking
thing.
did me in.
My whole hot tamales.
Yeah.
I had like 5
Well,
5 wafers.
eh.
I mean-
It was late and I ate, and all those things kind of fucked me up.
I was just tired because of work.
I
That's
didn't.
why I was trying to
didn't go
stay
to
awake.
work yesterday. I was fucking. I'm still not feeling good. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday though. I fucking felt like garbage. Anyways, let's do these questions.
You're up,
Brandon, you're first, right? Yeah.
I guess.
Go on and read the question, then I'll start it.
All right. Number 1. What is the worst haircut you have ever had?
And go.
You didn't have to. You could just.
Worst haircut I ever had, I think, was a bowl cut.
You had a bowl cut?
I had a bowl cut for all of my middle school career.
Dude, that must be like a proving thing. I also had a bowl cut.
You
I know
still
I
do.
Fuck you.
I mean, technically, my job was to go to school at Darien, so yes, it was my career.
No, I don't
what's
agree. I just
what's the
find it funny?
what's the best prank you've ever played on someone?
Best prank? One of my few things I like to do, it was still in middle school, was I would pull people's chairs out when they were about to sit down.
Oh, you asshole.
I am an asshole, and it happened. Well, the only reason was it happened to me first, and I was like, I play to win, so I did it a lot.
What's the most ridiculous thing your parents ever did to embarrass you?
I don't know. I feel like any time that like I talked about a girl I had a crush on, they wanted to know everything about it, so I stopped doing that. And they would always bring it up in family conversations, and I'd be like, stop that.
That was always so awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. As a kid, did you ever do something wrong to manage to pin it on your siblings?
I always did the, like, whenever I was roughhousing with my brother, and then I accidentally hurt him, I would, like, oh, hit me now, like, so we can make up for it. And then it would be, even.
I think all kids did that. It's like, no, I'm so sorry that I hit you.
Yeah.
No, don't cry. Stop.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Shut up. Stop crying. Here, you can do something bad
Well, like,
to
hit me, and then, like, I can't even remember, like, a specific example, but I know that happened frequently enough.
Yeah.
It's funny that question about the girlfriends or whatever. How you were talking about telling your parents about it, and they would bring it up in all family conversations or whatever. I remember the one time I said something to my mom. I was like, yeah, I kind of like this girl in school, and she's like, oh, are you gonna ask her out? I'm like, I don't know, probably not. And then the one time we were over my grandma's, and she's like, oh yeah, TJ has a girlfriend. I'm like, what?
I could so see that. Like,
And she just kept going about it. I'm like,
you can't say shit. That's why it's hard to, like, come out to parents with any information ever. Like, you come like, oh, I have this interest.
and then after that, for like 4 months, my grandma's like, when are we gonna meet your girlfriend? When are we gonna... I'm like, I don't have a girlfriend. Like, why do you listen to my mom?
All right, Tom, you next.
All right, let me unlock my phone. Fucking locked again. All right.
As a kid, did you ever do? Oh, never mind. That was the same one. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh God. I would probably have to say I worked for a guy out in Berea, and it was horrible. I'll just put it at that. He was a hoarder. It was bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we had to sort through all his hoarding stuff.
It was bad.
It's fucking miserable.
What totally rad expression did you overuse in high school?
Totally rad.
Totally
expression.
rad.
Yeah. Did you really?
No.
Oh.
I don't know, honestly.
High school, fuck.
I can't think of anything.
What was your favorite Halloween costume you wore as a child?
Like, where was a child? I would probably have to say Batman.
What is your craziest / most interesting relative? Who is?
Wouldn't
Sorry.
you say who is? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's blank from identity.
He's not crazy, but I'd probably have to say my cousin Daniel.
What's the craziest thing in your bucket list?
Finish it.
Craziest thing on my bucket list. I don't really have a bucket list, but well, now Nicole listens to the podcast. But
Oh man.
Is it your bucket list?
Make it PG like the rest of the podcast.
I don't know, man. I've always kind of wanted to go bungee jumping. to be
Bungee
honest
jumping?
with you.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude, that would be so. I've gotten like really into like adrenaline highs recently, so I'd be totally down to do that.
That's why there's so much
Go
dick in your
skydiving,
mouth.
man.
I'd rather
Kind
do
of want to.
I would love
I'd
to go
rather do
skydiving.
skydiving
The weird thing about
than
skydiving,
bungee.
oh god, what the fuck, bright
sorry.
light. The weird thing about skydiving though is I think it's the first 3 times you go, you have to be attached to somebody.
Yeah.
Which is like
Really?
super awkward.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, but I'm like, that's
Well,
weird. I don't know this person.
The problem with skydiving is my uncle had gone skydiving a lot. I think he had like over 35 jumps or something.
Nice.
It messes up your spinal cord
Does it really?
like really bad. It compacts your spinal cord.
That compacts your spinal, even though you're dropping.
You got to figure even though that you have a
Because
parachute.
you're being hung, like almost.
Well, even though that you have that parachute, as you're coming down, you still have that force of impact when you land. It's not a soft landing.
Oh, because I thought you have to like kind of like you tuck and roll and you push
yeah,
it all
you
out.
do, but you have to figure even when you're tucking and rolling, your legs are still going up, and it kind of jacks your back up. Like I think my uncle said that he lost like 4 inches, like height wise.
No
Really?
shit.
Wouldn't that also?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because
kinda
you're going because I don't think that the harness is like attached to your tailbone, so I don't see unless you're going from a loose spine to a tight spine almost immediately. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
It might. I know that he has a bad back because of it though.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't you have the same thing happen while bungee jumping though?
Not really, because if anything, when you're bungee jumping,
Well, because you're going from a free.
it's pulling your feet up, and your torso's going down. So if anything, it would stretch you out.
Yeah,
like
because you're going from
Yeah.
free fall to extend
Watch your
instead
hands.
of it.
yeah, I know.
Instead of extend to contract, you're going from free fall to extend, and I feel like that'd probably be better for
So-
you actually.
But it's just the gravity of the impact, I guess.
You
Because I've heard that from a couple people.
You named the relative, and you just said their name. Why is he the craziest? Just
No,
curious.
he's not the craziest. He's probably the most interesting though.
Why?
I mean, we don't really see him all that much anymore. He moved to Arizona.
He drinks Dos Equis.
But my cousin was always like really smart, like above average smart. And I mean, I'm technically the only person in my family who isn't adopted out of my cousins. So he was adopted, and when he was 16, and he's 31 now, so you have to figure how long ago that was, probably in
15 years.
early 2000s.
2003.
Yeah, something like that. He built his own desktop,
Nice.
like
Okay.
laptop,
Back
like
then.
gaming laptop.
That was probably hard back then.
Yeah.
Right.
So he did that, and then when he was 18, he wanted to go to college, but he didn't have the money for it. So he lost a ton of weight in a matter of like, I don't know, like a year. And he joined the Army, and he was in the Army for 4 years.
Nice.
He was stationed in Antarctica, and then
man.
not Antarctica, Alaska. I don't know why I just said that.
I mean, that's like the polar opposite.
Yeah, but he was stationed in Alaska, and his last year in, they ended up extending it another year. They made him stay another year because they came to him right before he was about to get out, and they're like, "Yeah, you have to serve a year overseas." And they didn't tell him that initially, so he had to go over to Iraq for a year.
That sucks.
He was in Iraq, and then he came back, and now he's a professor at a college in
Holy shit.
Arizona.
That is a
like,
flip.
dude, he's like I said, he's really smart. Like it's almost scary how smart he is.
Is that silver that I hear? That's Reddit silver.
It's called meme soundboard.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. I just find it interesting, like how he like moved into his career, because like the only reason why he went to college is because of GI Bill and all that.
Hey, good for him. He can take advantage of it.
And then, well, that's the only reason why he joined was for the GI Bill,
Okay.
because he wanted to go to college. He didn't have the money, so he joined the Army. They paid for it, and now he's a professor in Arizona.
Good for him.
But I mean, when I say that he's really smart, like dude, it's weird because like you can bring up pretty much any topic, and somehow he just knows like everything about it. And it's not like
That's
bullshit.
awesome.
Like you could go on to Google and like look it up and be like, oh, wow, I feel fucking stupid.
Well, he's got his head on his shoulders.
Right.
It's solid.
Yeah, he's always been book smart. Like I remember one time, I'm trying to remember what book it was, but he was always into like the fantasy books and stuff.
Good man.
And I remember one time I was down there for like a week with my family, and he read a book in like a day, and I'm like, dude, I've never read a book in a day.
I've read a book in a day.
I've never done
If
that.
a book is really
But
good,
not-
Try of Mice and Men. It's
but-
a short book and it's a good book.
but not Just
mean,
in the no, I'm talking
wouldn't
about
read
like
that in a day.
you know like the fat books, like real fat.
Yeah, like 500 to,
Yeah,
to
so-
800 pages.
Yeah.
like
depends
Harry
on
Potter
It
books.
depends on the
Yeah.
font and the page number.
Well, so he read. I mean, he was a fast reader, so like he read that thing in like 6 hours, and like I was like, dude, if I tried to read that in 6 hours, I'd be like fucking blind, deaf, and stupid by the time that was done. I would have no idea what happened, like at all. But certain people have different processing rates of reading and stuff.
Honestly,
so.
it depends on how much you understood. Like from the sounds of it, he sounds like a smart guy. He probably understood a lot of it. But you could also fast read and you
Yeah.
could literally read every word but not absorb any of it.
Well, I think that I don't know if this is true, but I think that he has like a what the hell is the name of it? The photographic.
Photographic memory.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think because
cool.
I mean he just like remembers fucking everything, and you could ask me what I did 2 hours ago, and I couldn't fucking tell you.
It was baseball practice. Well, not 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago, we were getting beer.
What are you doing?
I'm messing with this
He changed my audio because I keep leaning back, then laughing into the mic.
No,
No, it's the-
I'm messing with it because of the
and it keeps
cord.
making that bouncy noise.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Bada, 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 bada.
I think we kind of narrowed it down to this chord though.
We were getting beer 2 hours ago.
Okay.
But-
Fair
All right-
enough.
All right,
Fair enough.
Darian, it's your turn, right?
Hold on, let me pull up the timer. Go on.
But that's awesome.
All right, let's see here. What's your strangest talent? And go.
I don't think I have a strange
Okay.
talent.
What's your funniest talent or untalent?
I don't have a talent.
That was the next
That's not-
question.
that's not
What's
what
your
Big Bob would
best?
say.
What's your best idea for a reality TV show?
Don't really watch reality TV. I'm gonna be
That's
honest
an
about
idea,
that.
but that's fine.
Man.
Which Disney character story does your life most resemble?
Caught it. We're good.
Shit, man, I don't fucking know. These are hard questions now because it takes me a minute to
Everyone who
Move on.
has those recurring bad dreams. What is your nightmare?
I mean, I just had a nightmare I think it was like last night or 2 nights ago, where it was me and like 3 other people that I didn't know, and we got trapped in this like Leatherface village, and people kept getting fucking chainsawed up, and I just had to hide in fucking blood and guts.
What's your favorite part of a county fair?
Those fucking elephant ears.
Let's do 2 more. What show on Netflix did you binge watch embarrassingly fast?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Which celebrity do you shamelessly follow in the news?
Jennifer Lawrence, because she's fucking hot.
Okay.
Man.
Our Lord and Savior Donald Trump.
Oh, man.
No, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Horrible.
One more. What's something about you that people would be surprised to know?
He's straight.
Yeah, then I'm straight now.
Instead of doing the timer, why don't we just do a certain amount of questions per person?
Because Darren has
I think
no
the
answer.
timer helps because then it keeps everybody at a minute. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're over a minute though.
Well, no shit, Sherlock, but I mean, it keeps everybody at a minute.
What's
right?
something that people would be surprised to know, Darian? You're avoiding the question.
Besides you guys knowing, I mentioned it before, but
The podcast?
yeah, I did cocaine.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to say getting your salad tossed.
Oh yeah, I
We-
got my salad
we all
toss
knew
too.
that, though.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Cocaine and salad tossing.
I found
All
that
right.
video.
Can I just say something about the reality TV show?
Like,
I would love to start a reality TV show where it's just us like yelling at each other all the time, like every other reality TV show except
I mean, how are you defining
no.
going at each other?
So like instead of us talking how we're talking right now, like the whole time we would just be screaming at each other, like the whole TV series, like that's the whole point of it. So it's just us screaming at each other all day long.
That's Dragon Ball Z.
that's right.
Oh, it is.
You wanna be
But
in
that's
an
not
anime.
reality TV.
That's some people's reality.
I
Right.
wish.
Here.
I mean, I don't like yelling.
What is that chick's name in that show?
That helps.
The blue hair girl.
Blue-haired girl? Oh, and Dragon Ball Z?
Bulma?
Bulma, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd fuck her.
I mean,
Oh, your phone's locked.
50. Oh, here.
dude, if we're talking 2D girls, Tinkerbell's the way to go.
Who?
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell?
I would shrink.
She was a hot Disney character.
That was
bro.
a hot Disney
She was
character.
always, you dude, everybody was attracted to Tinkerbell.
All right. Let's
Especially
see here.
in that tiny ass dress.
Damn, Brandon.
Right,
Are
Brandon.
you like
Dude.
Are you like watching Peter Pan and whacking
Not
into
at
it?
all. But you brought up.
No, he just looks up Tinkerbell porn and it comes up.
Not anymore. That was.
I mean, chicks that dress up as her are
Dude.
pretty
Dude,
hot.
when I was in middle school, I had one buddy who introduced me to 2D porn, and I was like, I was in 4th grade, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, for like 2 years, I was
You were like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I was like, what is this world of 2D of porn? And then like, somebody else that I knew showed me other porn, and I was like actual like real people porn, and then I was like, holy fuck, like I didn't know porn was a thing with real people too.
Dude, you know what's amazing though is the people that do cosplay as Tinkerbell and why do I keep forgetting her name? We literally just said it.
Jessica Nigri?
No, the
Tinkerbell?
the blue hair
Bulma.
girl.
Bulma.
Oh.
Dude, have you ever seen cosplay of both of those? It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking great.
We had a girl come to our Halloween party as her.
That's who? Bulma?
This
Yeah,
past
yeah,
one?
Bulma.
Who was?
Was it? I think it was this past one. I
I
don't
don't-
remember.
I
I think her
don't
name
remember.
was
Jesus Christ.
Brittany. I think
Oh,
that's her
I
name.
might have to pay more attention
Oh,
next time.
yes, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna start drinking a lot less so I can remember this.
what's the best knock knock joke that you have?
What?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
There's balls in your mouth.
Balls in your mouth.
I'm stupid.
Balls
Okay.
in your mouth right now. I don't know. I don't have a knock
Here's
knock.
what-
That was
knock-
weak. That was weak.
What completely safe animal are you inexplicably afraid of?
Lizards.
Lizards.
So that's why you're not coming over to my house, you punk ass.
That's not why.
Yeah, 'cause
What?
Never mind.
What food could you not live without?
Peruvian food. All of it. All of
Okay.
them.
What
Only
dance
guinea pig.
move are you secretly awesome at?
None.
Dude, Poison.
That's not a dance.
Yes,
no.
it is.
Dude, there
No,
was,
I-
there was
yes.
that game that had the poison. No, sorry,
Dude,
Just
Just
Dance.
Dance. I was thinking about getting it.
What commercial jingle gets stuck in your head all the time?
1-800-STEAMERS. Stanley Steamers is your home cleaner.
What sport did you try as a child and fail at?
Track.
I was going to say
Yeah.
baseball because you got the trophy for the most beans.
Yeah, that's about that. No, dude, it's not wrong. Here, pause it.
Um,
BRB, I gotta pee.
I actually want to read this one.
Brandon's got to take a
Yeah, that's
sissy,
fine.
guys.
Take a sissy.
Actually, I have two that I want to ask you.
Sure, that's fine.
What interesting skill do you want to learn?
I would like to play the guitar, but I've been trying to learn how to edit videos
Okay.
because Joe and I are doing a like a small thing where we
Gaming
record, yeah, like a not even gaming stream, just recording us playing video games and talking.
Okay.
So we kind of just tried it the other day when we were hanging out, and I was like, "You want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's try it." And it's really hard to edit fucking videos, man. I looked up tutorials and shit like that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I think I might have
It's
gotten
a
a
lot
little
of
over my
work.
head."
I've looked into
Yeah.
it too. What invention do you think will be popular in 20 years?
VR.
Really?
But not as like
Gaming.
a home, not as a home gaming. Fucking
But
fuck me.
as-
But
but
as a like you visit a place and you enter VR, and it's super real and you never want to
A
like.
phone call VR.
I think that maybe
I think it's going to be self-driving cars.
that too. I think
mean-
automation is gonna take us really really far.
Oh god, it's gonna be Terminator. Fucking Skynet.
Score.
I don't know, man. Hopefully we'll start working without having to have food. I mean, without having to pay for food.
I just hope that we get to a point where we won't have to work anymore.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I meant to say.
Why? What? How do we go about that?
So, like, robots
Machines-
and AIs do all of the
Machines
work.
do everything that we need.
And we could just do whatever the fuck
But
we
us
want.
as human beings over the past probably I don't know.
We've relied on working.
Well, yeah, but
That's all
what would be our purpose?
to hang out and
And
be cool.
go have fun and get fucked up.
Yeah,
Not. Well, I mean,
I think some wires got crossed in Darian's brain. He's like, I cannot process not having to work for the rest of my
no,
life.
no.
Zip,
I'm just
zap,
like
zip. I'm a robot.
we strive to
to work.
to work and have money.
Money's
And if
good.
we take work away, we won't have money.
You create.
That's not true.
You create.
What would we do for money? To earn
Why
money?
do you need money?
If you.
Well, I mean-
I missed the intro to this conversation.
Oh,
So if you have AIs doing everything, you don't have to pay those AIs to
So
run
you don't-
and operate stuff.
Right.
So why would you
So
have
why
to have
would-
money?
money is the thing that we rely on, but
So-
technically we don't need it.
You realize that money's all based off of gold, right?
Yeah, no, I get that, but I mean, so what? We just fucking sit around do fucking nothing all
Or
day?
you could be a farmer and grow your own food.
I mean, you could literally do whatever you wanted if you didn't have to work.
Right.
Do you know
I mean, you
what
could
I would be doing right now
you
if I
could
didn't have to
still
work?
kinda-
I'd be
Yeah, but
fucking
if-
traveling like all over the
Where
place.
would you
could,
live?
you could still travel. Like no,
Where would
no
you
one's
live?
stopping you.
I don't have the money to travel.
You'd
though.
have a home.
You could.
A machine
you
would've
could-
built it.
You could. Show
Yeah,
it
a machine
anywhere.
would've
You could hitchhike
built
anywhere
it,
you want to go.
but you just
Dude,
Yeah,
it really
I don't
crossed.
trust that,
It
though.
really crossed your wires there.
a little bit. I ain't gonna lie about that. Yeah,
Darian's
like, it really
circuit
fucked
board is
you
fried right now.
up. Like,
I gotta
no,
take
I
a
just
piss.
don't.
I'm here.
I just, I
Fucking
guess I
get
just
a
don't like the
headphones
idea of it.
Of what?
of
Of
not
AIs
having
only
to
and
work
everything?
for the rest of your
Dude,
life.
I love the idea of not having to work.
Yeah, me
It's-
too.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, not having to work, and if you find a purpose to do something, but if you don't find a purpose, you're just fucking sitting at home bored out of your mind
You
or
keep-
fucking watching Netflix
You
all day.
keep soul. Or like that's an option that you can do.
That's an option you can take.
You could, if you're
But-
soul searching.
Go ahead.
But not. What if somebody's not soul searching though?
If you're not soul
If they're
searching,
just a lazy fuck.
If you're just a lazy fuck, well
Are
then.
you calling yourself lazy fuck? Is that
No,
what
I'm
you're
just
saying?
saying.
So
What
you're
if?
saying hypothetically someone who can't, like they can't not working not because they can't not because they don't want to work because they can't work, so they have to sit at home and just like watch TV or play games. Then that person really isn't contributing.
Because I mean, I get bored fucking watching Netflix, and I'll get bored playing a video game if I play it for too long
Then
or
you
watch
go-
it for too long.
then you do something.
And
new.
I
get
need to do
depressed.
something.
You get
If I sit at home and play video games all day, I'll get depression.
Like if I hate work as much as it is, but it takes up most of my day. I can't just I can't just spend a Saturday
you have to make yourself
once as soon as I wake up and just sit there.
you have to make yourself busy.
Get a hobby.
If you don't make that
My
is
hobby's
making
fitness.
yourself busy. Get a hobby. Make
I'm too
yourself
lazy
busy.
for hobbies.
If you're too lazy for that's because you don't want to try something new. You're afraid of trying something new.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, probably. I ain't gonna lie about
Like
that.
go for. Have you ever gone out for just a run just because you want to?
I probably have asthma, so I can't fucking
So you
run
haven't
for
just
shit.
gone for a run. So why don't you try it?
Why don't you
Try it out.
for a
Try
walk?
it.
I
I
have
ain't
to
got no
run.
I got no time for
You
that.
got no time, but you got time to sit at home and play video games all day.
I have like an hour of video games at
So
night.
you can
can't-
have
you
an
can't
hour
go
to
for
run.
you can't go for a jog for an hour.
Well, I'm sure not at night.
Yes, you can.
Well, I
Absolutely.
don't want the fucking cops looking at me
Well,
fucking
see,
weird.
here's my thing.
Why do you care about their judgment?
I
I don't
feel
want to get
like
stopped just for running.
I feel like if
That sounds
people
like an
didn't
excuse.
have to work, I feel
It
like we
is.
would live so much longer.
I mean,
I don't know about that.
that depends on what our physical activity is.
Well, the reason why I say that
Taking down superhumans.
so let's say, dude, if I didn't have to work, do you know how much I would be at the gym? Like all the time.
Do
you know why?
Because
you
you
see him on the
because you have
on the
nothing else to
elliptical.
take your time.
Huh?
No, why?
I didn't hear what you said
Oh, so
because
you
Carla
have,
was
like,
making
you have,
racket.
like no other way to like take up your time.
Yeah, so me personally, I'd be at the gym all the time. But as of now, because I have such a manual job, like I said before, I have no motivation to go. So that's why I brought up in the previous podcast, like, oh, hey, if you're gonna go, we could kind of be like motivation buddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but like, because you're killing yourself all day at work, at least I know I am. Carlo's getting fucking massages at work. Fuck that guy. But like, I kill myself at work all day. So by the time I get home, like, I'm limping around and shit and like fucking sore as fuck. But if I didn't have to do that, like, I'd be able to get so much more done. At least that's the way that my mindset works. Like, if I didn't have to wake up and go to work every day,
There's
I
so
would
much
get
room
so
for
much.
activities.
Yeah, I would literally get so much more accomplished that I want to get accomplished that I can't because I have to go to work fucking 40 hours out of the week.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree
that
with
makes sense.
I have to go to work and work for 40 hours during the week.
Do you?
37 and a half, actually.
Yeah, fuck
Nice.
you.
That's my work week is 37 and a half.
I like this question. What would you do if you didn't have to work? What would you do if you couldn't work?
Carlo
fine.
would be that meme of fucking Randy sitting in the chair
Goddamn.
talking about all the ghosts,
Spooky ghosties. They,
with all the cum all over the place.
It was a ghost. No. If I couldn't work,
yeah, it's like literally because the
is
topic
there
was
like a physical impediment
the
to me?
topic was AIs have taken all the work that matters. So if there was not like if you could just use up your time the way you wanted to, what would you do?
I would train a lot of jujitsu. I would play video games, and I would attempt to start a small business.
But then,
Would you-
wouldn't your small business be outsourced to AI?
No, my small business would be entertainment. You can't outsource entertainment to AI.
I
could.
mean,
In
Some
essence.
computers. Oh, I mean, I might do that. That might be my $1 billion idea, where I
'Cause
make
if all
where I make robots entertain you.
'Cause-
that's fair. He is work IQ.
It's called sex dolls.
That's right.
That's
And it's legal in Paris.
that's
at
a
the
form of
moment.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Those are entertainers.
You know, I wanted to bring something up to you today. Have you guys ever seen that episode of South Park where they're having the cow day in South Park? It's like in season 2 where
yeah.
Carmen gets
I
hit in
remember
the
this.
head and he thinks that he's a Vietnamese hooker.
I don't. I've probably seen it. I don't remember.
Oh my dude, I was
It's
watching
hilarious.
it today.
I give you sucky sucky.
Sucky $10. Like he just keeps saying it. Dude, I was laughing so fucking hard today because I was watching it after we got done with softball practice. I was almost in tears because that's literally the only thing that he said the whole time
The
that he
first couple
thought
seasons
about
of
it.
South Park are fucking
Dude, they're
amazing.
They
amazing.
are.
I might rewatch them.
I
now.
think it's like the first
I've been
4
slow-
seasons.
I've been
They hold
slowly
up pretty.
wa-
They hold up pretty well.
Yeah, they do.
I've been slowly watching.
You know what doesn't hold up pretty well? The Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons is turned to garbage.
Man, I haven't watched The Simpsons in so long.
You know they're in like their 700th episode or some shit like
Aren't they in
that.
season like 27?
What's funny is I think it's kind of I think it's funny because
You
the guy
gotta
who
talk more in the
voices Apu is like all against it because it's offensive.
But he still works it.
He still works it, and he started
Fuck yeah,
playing.
dude, money's money.
And he just started playing in recently Brockmire.
Dude, $20 is $20.
True.
Long
Wait,
man.
he's in Brockmire?
That's the
He
guy.
is
The guy
Brockmire.
who Brockmire is,
Welcome
who
to
plays
7-Eleven.
Brockmire in that show, is Apu.
Would you like a
No
Slurpee?
fucking shit. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Brock Myers is.
Brockmire
does-
is a new show on IFC
I don't know
where
about
he's
new
a.
show.
He does a pretty good fucking Arab impersonation.
He's had
Where
lots,
he's an-
he's many years. Well, I guess he's done Indian instead of Arabic, but still.
where he's a baseball
It's a
announcer.
7-Eleven.
And he like disappears from the world for 10 years because he found out his wife is a cheating hoe bag and was fucking his neighbor in the ass with a strap on.
Hey, she likes.
I'll-
She likes a loose relationship, and he doesn't.
I will-
That's his problem.
I will give Darian this.
It's a hilarious.
Initially, when he first showed me the show, I'm like, I could take it or leave it. And then I kind of started watching, and I'm like, okay, this show's pretty fucking
Hey, did you know that Principal show's getting canceled?
I could
Vice
kinda
Principals?
see it.
Don't know what's it.
Yeah,
on HBO.
yeah.
The
It's getting
second,
canceled.
the second season was kind of garbage.
Was it? Okay, I've been wanting to watch it, and when I
The
saw
first
that it was getting
season's funny.
canceled,
Yeah, the
when I
first
saw that it was
season's
getting
funny.
canceled, I was kind of bummed. I was like, ah, shit. Well, now I'm not
wanted
going
to
to watch it. This
watch-
is getting canceled.
I want to watch more of Eastbound and Down.
That show's fucking hilarious. That took me a minute to get into, but once you get into it, it's fucking funny. There's one point where he buys his fucking nephew an M16, and he's out in the backyard, like just holding guns in both hands, like shooting. Like, oh my god, man, it's fucking hilarious. It's a pretty good fucking show. I thought it was stupid initially, but
Yeah, I've never heard of
Eastbound and Down.
Don't know.
It's the same guy from Vice Principals,
it. Of course it is.
but he's a baseball player who got kicked out of the major leagues.
And so he just coaches
And
his
he-
whole high school
Yeah, like
gym class.
he works at a school. He coaches the old gym class and whatever, and he still acts like he's like this big superstar.
Like
Well,
I think
that's
didn't he
funny.
come to? He came to chaperone. A
is that on
dance.
Netflix?
No, HBO.
No, it's on
So, yeah, sounds
HBO.
like-
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Like one scene is where he comes to chaperone a dance, and he's like drunk and high on cocaine, and then he starts projectile vomiting
All
everywhere.
over the place. Yeah,
And it's just hilarious. I know I didn't make it justice right now, but how he did it is so funny.
okay,
Damn,
tired.
I was yawning today.
sleepy,
Damn.
bro.
Not it.
I'm fucking
Right.
sleepy.
I mean, it's only
yeah.
11
It's only 11 o'clock, you little bitch.
It's pretty early.
Little bitch, you were fucking falling asleep last night. Like
Am I yawning right now, motherfucker?
no, but you were falling asleep all last night. What time
Yeah,
did
I
you
was.
sleep
The
till
movie
today,
was
Mister?
boring.
I've been off for the past 2 days. Fuck you, bitch.
I slept till
I mean,
10 today.
You know,
Yeah,
And
fuck
then I
you.
took, and then I took a nap during the day.
even
No,
when you're
fuck
not
you.
It
doing
was really
something,
good.
you
I
can
can pee
still
11
get
I can
tired
piss 11
pretty
feet.
early. I know that happens to me sometimes.
Hey, you guys see those
Sometimes 12 feet.
those denim pants that were selling for $168?
Oh my God.
They're essentially
No pants?
jeans with no pants.
Are we about to talk about this right now?
I'm sorry, are we talking about anything else?
Because
what are they?
I saw that fucking picture and
Look at this, Brandon.
I
So-
mean, if
if
I
it's
saw
on a
somebody
ch-
wearing that, I wouldn't complain.
I mean, I wouldn't
If it's
complain
on a
either.
I
check-
wouldn't complain, but it's fucking stupid. Why would
Why
you
would
buy
you pay
that?
$168 for holes in your jeans?
Remember, like 3 months ago, where people were buying like pants with permanent mud stains on it to make it seem like they actually
Right.
work
Man,
a
the
job, and it's
fuck
over.
is
They were
that?
over $300
Man,
a pair.
What?
I was just talking to my sister
Yeah.
about like, man, if she ever wore like
And then
the
they-
You were
pre-ripped
talking
pants.
to your sister.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
we were hanging
I always
out.
think about your sister as like a baby.
She is a baby, but
How
I
old
was,
is she?
Why do you want?
No, I'm
He's-
asking
he wants to know
because-
to
I
come
know,
check
like, I
on
don't
her.
know.
No,
I
don't be
don't
a fucking weirdo
not,
about
not,
it.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about I don't know who listens to this podcast. Regardless, she's young, and whenever we hang out and we see other women who wear like the promiscuous clothing, I'm always like, don't ever wear anything like that. Like ever, like the pre-ripped jeans or the really short shorts or the short skirts. I'm like, don't wear anything like that, please. Like I will buy you pants. Wear pants.
We'll see. Like with me with those jeans,
Yeah,
you're-
don't be a hoe bag.
I wouldn't even call
Yes.
them. I wouldn't even call them jeans. They're
they're not.
holes with some jean.
I'm like,
that was
why-
it.
Like if you like tear your jeans because you're like doing some shit, like that's one thing. But like I know that it's like the pre-ripped shit.
And you know what the thing is people are like, oh, I got this hole in my jeans from working. No,
It's
you didn't,
literally-
motherfucker. You want to see my jeans that I just got a hole in because it's always in the crotch. That's where
Yeah,
you get the hole
same.
first.
Plus, guys, that's a guy thing though. I feel like
No,
people,
when they're work jeans, bro, that's what
Yeah.
happens. That's
You
how
get a
that's
hole in the
that's the
crotch.
first hole you get, and then sometimes you either sew it or you slap a piece of duct tape on
On
there
the
to get
inside.
like a couple more days out of it.
Because it's ain't Friday where you
man,
get paid.
I feel like I have like 4 pairs of ripped jeans that always drip to the crotch, and I was like, and I would just put tape on the inside.
Yeah.
That
In case you guys were wondering, staples don't work either.
Don't use
I tried it.
staples, man. That tears it more.
Yeah.
No,
and,
I just
and
want-
it'll tear your sack too.
Dude, one time I fucking
Nah, I did it at work
that's also true.
because I was like, shit, no fucking good tape here, and I was like, let's see if staples work. So I kind of stapled it up, and it didn't work.
So, I recently had a pair of jeans just do that. But the thing that you guys brought up about the mud pants, I didn't hear about that.
You didn't hear about that? That was like all over like Facebook and shit.
My sister.
No, and the thing that pisses me off with that is like I actually work and like get my pants dirty like all day. So the fact that you went and spent $300 on those pants, why don't you just
Man,
go
I
out
think-
and roll around in some fucking
even-
dirt, you
Asshole,
asshole?
waste
I
of
think
money.
they even went to do T-shirts also.
No, if I saw somebody with that and I could tell it was fake, I would literally just beat their ass in public. Like that would piss me off so much.
I wouldn't assault somebody in public, but
I would. Fuck them.
I would.
Fuck
But
that
I would
person.
make fun of them. I'd
No,
be
I
like,
would.
"Ah, you never worked a day in your life.
Oh,
I just walk up and like smack them in the face and be like, "What are you gonna do? You don't fucking work.
I'm gonna-
Fuck you."
I'm gonna buy a pair of those now just to fucking piss
I'm
you
gonna
off.
smack you in the face.
You're
Seriously,
gonna waste
spend
Dude, hey, if you
$300.
let them waste the money. Let them waste the money on a joke. That'd be funny.
On a joke, dude, I'll fucking do it.
$300 on a joke.
Dude,
It's a little
yeah.
too much,
No,
in
he
my
has to do
opinion.
it. He'll do it.
Oh.
Kyle's a man of his word. I
Have you
think.
guys seen the new Cobra Kai show? It is so good.
Nope.
It's so
I am
fucking good.
Is that already out?
Yes,
I say, I
I'm
just saw
signing up tonight.
I just
for
saw
that
an ad for it at the
YouTube,
movie theater.
Brad.
dude, it was so fun. At the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were showing that shit in the movie theaters, dude.
In the movie theaters? Like
Trailers.
as a trailer?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's
pretty
why
smart
I didn't
marketing.
know it was on YouTube Red.
I don't know.
Because
Is
I
Carlo,
thought it was going to be like
Quit
a show or a
fucking
movie.
fidgeting.
Where's your fucking fidget spinner,
I
bro?
mean, he's not.
I'm not making any
he's-
fucking noise
he's
besides
not
the
making
time
any-
I
disabled.
tapped
He's
it.
not
He's
making
just
any
like-
sound.
Yeah.
Dude,
All
he's
right,
making
guys,
less
we-
sound. I hit this thing so often and he hasn't done shit.
Guys, we had to stop talking over each other because
Yeah.
it's starting to happen. I just noticed it.
Yeah, I noticed
Is
it
it?
too.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that show's really good, man. I actually binged watched the whole fucking thing.
How many episodes?
There's like 10 or 12.
Already?
Okay, that's
I'm
cool.
They
What is it
released
on?
the whole thing. It's on
The
YouTube.
Cobra Kai?
YouTube Red.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the
sign up
first,
for that
Well,
free
no, the
month.
first 2 episodes are on are free.
Free.
Well, I'm not gonna watch the first 2 episodes because then I'm gonna pay for it, and I don't want to do that.
Oh,
You
dude.
should fucking watch it.
I'm
well,
not
no, you
paying
get
for it.
You get a free month.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I'm
not
going to
doing
do.
that because I always forget to end those memberships and then I end up paying for it.
Man, fuck you, dude. That shit is so
I'm
good.
gonna fuck it. Once I'm done with that show, I'm just gonna be like, all right, cancel.
Dude, that's legitimately how I got Spotify. I was
But-
like, oh, a free month of Spotify. How about
But
that?
the
And
thing
you
about
try
it is,
paying for
you
it?
get a whole month of YouTube Red as well, which is fucking great.
Yeah, but,
Like, if you're
What
on
else is
YouTube enough,
YouTube Red?
Do you pay for,
no, I don't give a shit about anything else. I mean, there's other shows and stuff, but they're probably not good.
you pay for
What's
Verve?
really good, I do pay for Verve, and it's amazing.
Sorry.
What's really good is the fact that the next month of YouTube, you don't have any ads.
But what I'm saying is, for me, like when I first got Spotify, I was like, oh, a free month of ad free, and I could download whatever I want on here. So I got the month free, and then you know what happened? I completely forgot that I had the 1 month free, and you know who still has fucking Spotify and pays $10 a month for it?
You?
This guy right here.
But that's
You're a
your
dumbass.
fault. Like, what I'm saying is, like, the moment you get charged, you just cancel it. And
Might as well
that's
use it then.
Oh no, I use the shit out of Spotify. That's
Dude,
the only reason why I haven't
YouTube
gotten
Red
rid
is
of it.
legit.
I don't go on YouTube enough for it.
I like
I
it.
I mean,
You might-
this
you
is
might
Cobra
start.
Kai.
All the songs
dude.
that are on Spotify are probably on YouTube.
This is the real
Dude,
Karate Kid.
I was really surprised how good that show was. Especially fucking funded by YouTube.
I mean, YouTube has a good amount of money.
Like, no, I'm saying because it's funded by YouTube, I didn't think it was going to... Because all the other shows are not
I'm
that
sure
good.
it's gonna probably start since after the show. It's probably gonna maybe make a foot forward to being a streaming service, just like Netflix and Hulu.
It is already.
Well, I mean, like to have incorporate more shows.
They are.
Oh well,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the only
they
one I really know.
legitimately...
Then.
yeah, I'm just saying, they legitimately are doing that.
Does it have the same actor for Daniel Russo?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
they
all
have
the
both-
same.
Really?
They're both the actors.
The real-
plays
those
Daniel
dudes-
LaRusso.
Those dudes must have fallen hard times.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know about that,
No,
dude.
actually, they
It's a
kind of
good
made
premise.
they made a big comeback in the last couple seasons of How I Met Your Mother, which I think why they made their show come back
You
I didn't
because
watch
they
that
kind
show.
of talked about like who the real Karate Kid is, and how
Yeah.
Daniel's a piece of shit because he fucking did illegal head kick. Just saying.
you know what I'm thinking.
That's true.
I'm thinking that shortly here, cable is going to be pretty much just gone.
Gone.
I don't know, man.
It's already dying.
I still watch cartoons.
I mean,
Well, no, but I know. But what I'm saying is, you're just going to stream it through the internet at some point.
Probably.
I mean, like the regular like live stream cable is going to be gone. It's all going to be live streamed through the internet or just streaming on the internet.
I feel like as long as ESPN is still around, that's probably not a big problem.
but
You could still live stream on the internet.
Yeah,
What-
especially like with PlayStation, since they have their own kind of PlayStation TV network now.
PlayStation View.
Yeah.
which is garbage.
I
by
mean,
the way.
it probably is garbage. I've never tried it.
I have. It's fucking garbage.
I'm sure like with
What do they have?
sorry.
It's very expensive, and when I got it, I got the free month trial or whatever. So I tried it out before we had cable, and it was during the World Series. And the only thing I called about it because I'm like, oh well, I want to try this free month so I can watch the World Series. So I get on it, and guess what? The one fucking thing it doesn't have.
World Series.
Yeah,
But that
because
was
it
also
didn't have
when
that
it
fucking
first came-
channel.
Did
But-
they tell you that they'd had the World
I
Series?
had to pay an extra $10 a month for that channel.
Damn.
But I'm
Yeah.
Couldn't
sure it
cancel
was
anything
also-
else to trade it?
Huh?
You couldn't like cancel something else to like trade it? I don't know if that's a thing. No.
I
Nope.
mean, I agree with you.
You
'cause-
have to pay individually for certain channels, and I'm not
that's,
doing that.
That's the channel's choice too.
What me personally, what I would do at that point is I just
what's nice with what's happening right now with that is a lot of cable companies are offering lower deals for their cable.
apparently not because I pay way fucking.
It's kind
too
well. I
much.
mean, you have to think about it this way. It's kind of like telephone, right? The telephone, the local landlines started dying with cell phones. So like now to add to bundle on landlines, like an extra fucking like $3.
Yeah.
So it'll eventually
Give it, like-
eventually die off, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, we'll give you cable for like an extra $5 a month."
Because I'm sure these cable companies will still be around,
I need that.
but just for the internet.
Right.
And internet's going to be
Top dollar?
expensive. Yeah, expensive. I
Well,
guarantee.
that's what I was trying to say is like
Especially with net neutrality, it's gonna get more expensive. Just saying.
Oh yeah, old topic.
Still around though.
I
Well, nobody's really talked about it since whatever has come out
I mean, that was only
recently.
like, oh, was that brought up? Like only like not even 6 months ago?
Yeah, essentially.
I don't know, man. I find it annoying. The one thing that I do find annoying is like cable companies are able to technically have a monopoly in certain areas.
They do, and they
And
actually really do have monopolies.
And like that's one thing that is technically illegal according to our government,
but they don't break it up because their pockets are lined by
yeah.
it.
So it's one of those things, and the only reason why I say that is because I used to work for one, and literally the area that we live in is Cox Communications. If you go up in North Royalton, it's Spectrum. They won't cross paths because they're both cable companies. The reason why AT&T is in the same area as Cox Communications
Because they don't give a fuck.
no, is because they're a telephone company. They don't run their cable the same way that Cox Communications does. They run it through a different form of wiring. That's why it is allowed to be in the same area.
That's why they're garbage. Also,
That's the only competition, and their service is garbage. So that's why a lot of people go with the cable company, and that's why the cable company has a monopoly, because they don't really have anybody competing with them. So if Spectrum and Cox were allowed to go into the same footprint, dude, you know how cheap freaking cable would be, because they'd both be competing for it.
it'd be
Right.
just like
They'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, they're going to give it to you for $150 a month. I'll give it to you for $100 a month.
it'd just be like having two separate gas stations across the street from one another.
I mean, that's super frequent.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but
like,
that's the
it's
thing.
like competing
it's-
gas stations.
It,
like
it's
one
they
B,
they
2's, 3's.
line people's pockets and they make these fucking absurd rules as to where you can and cannot go, and all of a sudden,
Footprints, that's what they call it.
and essentially you have a monopoly, and they know that, and then that's why all of a sudden they start fucking charging you out the ass for it, because they know that they're the
You can't
only
go
ones
anywhere
that
else.
you can go to, and it's bullshit, and that's why they want to fucking get a little piece of that internet shit, because you can't control the internet, you can't control websites, you can't go you can go anywhere you fucking want.
We could just start using the dark web, so this way we don't have to worry about it.
Gotta use that Tor.
I don't know about that, dude. Shit's slower. It's a little shady to use Tor
Well,
browser.
yeah, definitely it's shady. There's no little bit about that.
Oh, let's go to our question from Reddit.
Already?
Already?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking 50 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we've
Oh,
been.
shit.
Yeah, right. Tell me about
What the fuck
it.
are we even talking about?
I have no idea. I don't even know what the hell we talked about
Technology.
this whole podcast.
Right.
Shit about tech.
So the question from Reddit comes for CJS Ved. CJS Ved. I don't know how to say your name, sorry. What is a little known perk of working in your industry? Keeping it light. You can get computer stuff real cheap. That's for me.
Shit rolls downhill.
What do you mean?
Shit rolls. Like if there's a problem, your boss tells it to you. Then fuck. Like why is this my problem? So then you shit on your underlings, and then they shit on their underlings. That's
And
shit.
it's a joke because I'm a plumber.
Oh, well, usually
For the
shit rolls-
podcast listeners, you needed to see his face for that to be that much
Yeah.
more funny.
I mean, I've heard the term "shit rolls downhill" before, and that's usually my interpretation.
Yeah, well, it's also
Literally, shit rolls down.
it's also something the plumbers say, because technically shit rolls downhill. So like the pipes are slanted, so this way it'll go down.
I guess as long as it's not too like viscous, yes, it will roll downhill, and then it won't just stick.
How about you, Brandon?
Man,
Not as long as you have
we
good
scrap-
air flowing behind it.
like we scrap a shit ton of like sinks and faucets. So one of the little known one of the little known perks, I guess, is anything that's like still works that they just throw out, and I get permission from my boss, I can just take home, and I can take home $100 worth of shit by asking my boss, because we're gonna throw it away anyway.
Oh, nice. That's fucking awesome.
It is
You
awesome.
scrap it?
They scrapped, dude. Man, we just had
No, I mean, do you go scrap it?
yeah, like
oh
the-
shit, yeah,
absolutely.
that's fucking awesome.
Like we just had a bunch of fucking $450 fucking shower heads that they scrapped 200 of those bastards, and we
Why?
because they were outdated. They were sitting in a warehouse.
Dude, motherfucker, you should give me one of those.
They're gone. Dude, that was like a month ago. We started scrapping that shit, and some of the lab guys, they come by and they look at them like, why were these scrapped? And we're like, well, they were just sitting, and we were told that we were just doing what we were told. So we had one guy take 20 of them out. What?
I was just pointing to your mic.
Oh,
'cause
we
you were talking towards
we had,
Tom.
we had one guy take one of the lab guys take 20 of them home. He told all of his lab buddies. They all took like 10 home because they could. Because the only rule about the scrap is we're not allowed to sell it. So I don't know what the fuck they did with them. They probably gave them their family. They were in perfect.
They sold it.
They were in. I mean, they probably just gave them as Christmas. They're easy presents.
Dude,
No, I'm sure if they had enough of them, they probably went to fucking Craigslist.
Dude, and at the end of the week, those were all gone. Those were all given out to coworkers. It's like people come, take one, take two, take one, take two.
that's funny. My shower head's like fucking probably from the 1950s.
Mine too, dude. I need a new fucking shower head.
Like these were old / they were from 2007. They were fine.
Oh no.
They were good. These were good. These were good
It's actually
heads.
not that old.
Dude, I've given like 4 of them to my aunt and my mom. I've given some of these
Damn.
things.
That's
I
insane.
wish
If you
I,
ever,
knew, I wish I knew you a month ago.
If-
oh
if-
wait,
I'm sorry, dude. Man, I get shit. I find we get shit. They do a cleanse like a cleansing of every area like every 2 months.
if you,
You
ever
know-
get more shower heads, let me know, because I could use one.
Absolutely. I
That'd
have.
be
if
awesome.
if they ever have toilets, let me know. I need a fucking
We
new
don't.
toilet.
I can't. They don't do toilets. They do.
Damn,
They do sinks.
I need a new fucking toilet.
sinks, shower heads, garbage disposals, and cabinets.
If you
I'm
need
sure
a
you
toilet,
could. You choose a sink.
if you need a toilet, you
bar.
buy it. I'll put it in.
Okay, cool. I need a toilet. Have you heard the one upstairs? once we're done with the podcast, we're just gonna like be by there, and you'll hear it. All of a sudden, you hear, and like it
Probably
like
don't need
adds
a whole
water.
toilet. You probably just have to
Maybe a
fix
gasket?
something in a tank.
Yeah, probably. Because all of a sudden, I feel like there's a leak somewhere in that like, and it's leaking into the bowl.
Have you tried to jiggle a handle after you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, dude, it does it like after. Well, it used to be every like 3 hours. Now it's every like hour that it's like, and it's gonna increasing our water bill already.
Ooh.
Because it's adding water. Like you hear like it like it sounds like when somebody flushes the toilet and it starts adding water again. That's
And
what
it just
sounds
doesn't
like.
stop. My mom.
Well,
if
it does
it's-
stop. It stops,
Oh,
but it like after every like hour you'll hear it like
it does it like so just random
have
like
water. Yeah,
randomly.
randomly. It is weird. Ashley said she looked it up and it was like it sounded like a gasket, or somebody else said just replace the toilet.
Probably the gasket on that flange that opens up when you
Right.
flush the toilet. It's probably leaking, so it has to constantly fill itself up.
Right, and that's we were talking
Dude,
about
that's
that.
way cheaper than a new toilet.
Okay.
I can tell you that fucking much.
We can talk about it later then. And how about you, Darian? Any perks working in your industry at the moment?
Perks.
If you're trying to think about it, I want to say something. At my old job, they didn't, when they wanted to get rid of stuff, they didn't fucking let everybody have it. What they did was they sold it to the employees as a bidding war.
Damn.
So they would put all the old ass items on their internet, and they would show you. You would have pictures of them, and what you could do is you could bid on them, and then there were some of them that like people started like bidding on them and went up to like $100 to $200 for this fucking old fucking thing.
I get to buy a bunch of tools that I don't want to buy. That's a perk.
I mean,
I guess
you have a full toolkit.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay for them.
I guess you could say as a perk for my job is if I needed any kind of tile or anything along that, grout or caulk, I can get it really cheap.
Cock.
Yeah, that's a joke that we have there.
Do
We changed the accent for it, so instead of saying caulk,
You
We
mean
say cock.
you mean the pronunciation?
Cock.
gotta love that cack.
Yeah, that cack.
Yeah, but
Brandon likes
we
that
can get
cock.
it really cheap. Like my boss was telling me, like he bought stuff that's usually like $5 a square feet for like 5 cents a square feet.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, and also since a lot of stuff will be discontinued because it's special order, and a lot of places when they make that special order material, they have a certain die lot, so they can't remake that die lot. So if they have extra stuff, we either throw it away, or we could take it. So I could per se take like a shitload of tile and then just decide to go to fucking Craigslist or something and be like, hey, I got tile right here. Give me a price.
No shit. That's
That's-
smart.
Yeah.
It's a way to make some little extra money.
I don't.
I feel like that's super like against company
I
policy,
could.
and you can get fired for that.
Yeah.
You might, yeah. I would be careful
Absolutely.
with that.
There's like no maybe about that now that I think about it.
You know,
Well, no, we get like a whole bunch of different tile companies
Well,
that come in.
I bet you your job is like you ask your. It's never against company policy to ask your boss, "Hey, can I have it?" And then if he says,
If it's
but if,
no,
if you sell it, yes, you can get in trouble for that.
I guess
You can't sell old company.
I mean, technically,
Where?
if they give it to you, it's your property.
Yeah. Once it's your property.
I mean,
You can take that risk.
I can understand, like how Brandon said.
So
Like
does the
it-
woman.
Yeah.
I
kinda
feel like
thing.
you need to adjust your eyes.
Yeah, there's
But I
really
guess
no
that's-
fucking perks to my job, man.
I'm
Like,
sorry, bro.
I-
I mean, I'm learning a good trade, but
That's good. That's a perk. Intelligence is always
But-
important.
I think that probably the. Yeah, no, I have to drive an hour to work every day.
There's no
Oof.
perks. Okay, I have
Like-
one more question then.
Oof. Now is a perk.
I don't get any free shit. Oh, they do mail me coupons in the mail though
For what?
for service work, and
What the
I don't
fuck?
I don't get a company discount, but if I need service work, I
have
got like
coupons.
coupons.
Get that.
Okay.
Got them coops.
I have the final question for the podcast for tonight. If someone was to catch you in a trap, what would be the bait?
That's a tough one.
In a trap.
Yeah, if somebody was to catch you in a trap, Trap, what would they use to bait?
No,
you
my
to
main
get
question is
Free food.
Is what way are we going with this? Are we going sick wise, or are we
free
going
food.
like
whatever you want to think about it,
Dude,
bro.
if they had a
Okay.
free food at any place, I would go there and then I would like go to the food table, and then I turn around with my fucking hamburger and fries,
As you're walking out, all of a sudden the door.
and then I get like the trank in my ass, and I'd be fucked. And then I wake up with an ass
I
hurt.
almost fell out of the off my chair, moving my fucking leg up.
naked Jennifer Aniston? Because
So fake naked Jennifer Aniston. You'd
No,
walk
no,
out.
no, no.
I'm saying
You
you
have
would.
super-
You have super high standards, then
only real naked Jennifer Aniston.
How would you know?
they'd have it on a sign, and he'd fall for the words.
You would be like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out.
I need to see.
You know what? Let's just be honest. Even if she's fake, I'd still probably do it. But my thing is the second that I saw her, I'd be naked in like 0.5 seconds. So
You know,
I'd be really
it's-
screwed.
you would no. This is what would happen: is you would walk
Like that
into the room. You'd
Bruce
be like,
Almighty scene. I'd just be like, and
Right.
then my clothes would be off.
You would,
That'd be
you
the
would,
end of
your,
it.
What-
your clothes would be off, and all of a sudden it would disappear as a mirage. It'd be like, fuck.
I'd be like, God damn it! Now I'm just naked. Where'd my clothes go? Did they disappear with that mirage? What the fuck?
And the doors would be like, how about you, Darian?
If it's my favorite kind of food,
And then I would just masturbate.
What, your favorite food or any food?
just my favorite kind of food. Because I'm sure if they're baiting me, they kind of looked into me, so they know what I like.
I mean, if
am
it's
I
like
wrong?
a general, yeah, you're wrong. If it's like a general,
I mean,
Like baits?
if they're baiting a specific person like myself, they would have to learn something about me, which would be
mean,
my favorite foods.
it has to be your favorite food. You wouldn't be like, hey, there's free hamburgers, or hey, there's free tacos, or hey, there's free
All right,
pizza.
if they offered like
It
okay,
has to. What's your favorite food? Actually, don't tell me because obviously they're looking for you, so I don't want to give them any hints.
no,
But
if it wasn't like
if
okay,
it was like
if there
free
was-
pie or free ice cream or free, yeah,
If it was like
free
free-
almost anything,
if there was like free Papa John's right here, and then free
pizza, Domino's, another pizza
no, no.
place.
If it was like
has to be your favorite
pierogies
pizza.
at this place,
Uh-huh.
I'm going fucking to the pizza. I'm just saying. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, so you were saying is they would have to do a bait and switch. So they'd say free pizza and free pierogies, and you would walk into the pizza place.
Hell yeah.
And it would be fucking pierogies. You'd be like, fuck, and you'd walk out and you'd be locked.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't be like, oh, this fucking pro. You're like, oh, this isn't pizza. I'm leaving.
No, more so, I'd probably just look inside and be like, I got the free food here.
No, I would probably still eat the pierogies.
Dude, I would 100% eat that.
Okay,
But
food
I'm
that you're
just
not
saying,
So
I-
excited
Darian's a
You
better
know
man
what? I'm
than
gonna
I.
have to agree with them and go with free food would be
The
any
easiest bait.
free food would be the easiest
I
thing to get.
I already
me to
tell you
walk
this
in there.
much. Since I'm already naked, the way that I'm getting out of the situation is I'm just gonna jerk off until they feel uncomfortable.
You think
Just
someone
stare
you think
into
someone
their
who,
eyes.
you think someone who's baiting with a naked person isn't expecting like, oh, there's gonna be some jizz on the floor or jizz in my head. It's probably gonna be that
No,
one guy.
just
You
make
know who's gonna be?
direct-
It's gonna be that naked guy that
I'm
pissed
just
on me,
a-
beat me.
Brandon just
gonna be the
assumed
naked piss
that
on me, beat
the
me.
moment that the person would walk in and be like, "I trapped you in here," you'd be like, "Oh!" You'd come on their head.
No,
gotcha, bitch.
He would just be direct eye contact.
Yeah,
just
I would
straight,
just-
like look into your
I
eyes.
would find the camera
Looked
and I'd
into my
just
eyes and
stare at him
finished.
and I'd just be like, make full eye contact with me. Sometimes that shit when I come. And then I just blow my load.
And here's the top answer on Reddit.
Exactly what I just said.
But this is bright crazy cuz, and it says love and attention, or authentic Mexican tacos, either or.
Man, that dude covered all the bases,
Yeah,
That's right.
really
and he had
did.
super high standards.
I feel
Love-
like the tacos,
love-
I agree.
Love or
And-
affection.
And
Yeah.
right here's the for the
That's
industry
just looking for a
perk.
booty call.
The industry perk answer for Reddit is nobody ever questions why the janitor spends so much time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Dude, that poor man's got to clean up
You-
the whole mess. Is it the bathroom for what, like a porn shop? Is it the bathroom for like a
Dude,
big corporate business?
Could you
What's the
imagine?
bathroom?
Could you
No,
imagine being
he's-
the cleanup guy on a porn set?
Dude, he's
on
saying
Reddit, on Reddit, there was an AMA about a guy like who had to deal with that
clean
shit
up from fucking porn
at a
That's
porn
awesome.
shop, and it was a sad story.
No, not a porn shop, a porn set. Just imagine how disgusting that set is.
No, the guy was saying nobody ever questions why the janitor spends so much time in the bathroom.
Cleaning up.
Like,
He's
has nobody ever questioned you? Like, hey,
he's
he's in the
cleansing-
bathroom too long.
I don't know. I'm not a janitor.
He's cleansing his body, or he's wasting
Right.
time on
Hey,
Reddit.
you know what?
Right.
Let's do one more before we get
You want
off.
me to find another question?
Yeah, find one more
Yeah,
question.
Sure.
Dude, I'm just saying, like,
This is pretty good, right?
Porn set janitors. I feel bad for those guys because there's just like like especially like a bukkake scene.
Well, they
there's
always-
just like cum all over the fucking room, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened in here?
Well, it's always in like huge houses with like rich people, so they probably just throw everything out and buy new shit.
All right,
Or they
here's-
donate.
Their floors.
They donate.
Here
I mean,
is
like
the
the
next
casting
question.
couch.
When millennials become senior citizens, what will be their back in my day stories?
Back in my day, we had Pac-Man on a big old machine.
Back
Okay.
in my day, everybody had tattoos.
Back in my day, you'd have to jerk yourself off.
Oh man.
Yeah. Back in my day, we didn't have automated sex robots.
How about you?
Trying to think. It's a good one.
Anything?
Yeah, fuck. You guys said all the fucking good ones.
Arian, you have to say something. You have no choice.
Back in my day, I had to fucking hoverboard 8 miles uphill to school
here's
in the
the-
middle of a snowstorm.
Here's the top comment. Back in my day, Taylor Swift and Kanye West were enemies, not married.
I mean, I guess that could happen.
I like my hoverboard thing.
Here's another one. Back in my day, we had assholes who got paid a lot of money to film dead bodies in Japan.
Oh, fucking Logan Paul. Dude, no, but think about it. If you ever had that conversation with your grandparents where they're like, I remember when I was a kid, I had to
Walk
walk 10
20
miles
miles
in
to
school in
school.
a
Yep.
fucking snowstorm.
Absolutely.
You just look at your
Yep.
grandkids and you're like, I remember back in my day, I had to ride my hoverboard 8 miles to school in a snowstorm while it was raining at the same time.
No, more like
Animals
mom.
catching on fire.
Back in my day, I had to pick my own fucking house lock because I kept getting locked out of the house in the middle of the winter. True story.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because
Climb through
I wouldn't
windows.
ask for a house key, and I was too proud to ask somebody to show at their place. And I would learn, and I learned how to pick locks, so that was fun.
Oh shit! You gotta teach me. I really want to.
Abs-
I really want
I
to
mean-
learn how to pick a lock.
YouTube that shit. I don't want to.
It shouldn't
It's
be
not-
that hard. You
it's
just
not
have
hard.
to
You just have to get a lot.
It
just have
takes
to get the pins
It
to
takes
move.
time. It's like a 15-minute process.
Unless you're really good
Unless
at
you're
it.
really good at it,
You-
then it's a minute
Why
process.
didn't you just leave one of the windows unlocked and then you could just climb
My
into
windows
the
don't.
window?
My windows don't open that wide.
Oh, that sucks.
okay. Because it was like,
It's to prevent people from coming in, huh?
Dude, fucking the first time I did it, I had to use I used a screwdriver and a bunch of fucking like pieces, like scrap pieces of metal that were in
I'm
my
surprised
garage.
that you didn't fuck up the lock with a screwdriver.
I probably
Right.
did. I probably did.
Yeah, that's what
we
my
don't have.
my
we-
parents
we
used
don't
to-
have the same door there anymore.
My parents used to replace the lock all the time, but I don't know why.
My parents loved me and gave me a
like,
key.
like every week they're just like swapping out the deadbolt. You're like, why'd you
don't
guys swap that out again?
like that literally happened. How many times did that happen?
That they changed the deadbolt?
No, that I got locked
you
out
had
of the
to-
house
Oh,
and I
okay,
had to get
gotcha.
into the
Lock
house,
pick.
and I'm like, fuck, I didn't ask for the key again because I'm an idiot, and I walked home and it's wintertime.
Dude,
That
I,
sucks.
At least a few dozen times. Less than 30, but enough that I had to do it.
back in my day, we
And I
had a
didn't-
bunch of kids that were hipsters and looked like douchebags.
And I think with that, I want to say thank you for joining the Designated
think.
Drinkers podcast. Did you have something to say, Darian?
Darren still hasn't contributed to this conversation.
Okay, well, no, that's okay. Thank you for joining the Designated Drinkers podcast.
What's your back in my day? What's your back in my day? Do it
Come
now.
on, Darren, you have to. You have
Timer
to.
started. Say it.
There's no choice. You
Say
have,
it.
You have to do it.
Say it. You gotta say it.
No,
Say it.
I'm past.
He's gonna end the podcast being wrong.
Thank you
again.
for joining the Designated
Yeah.
Drinkers podcast. My name is Carlo. Carlo. And there's Darian, Tom,
Not Tom.
and Brandon. I lowered their mics. I lowered everybody's mics besides me. Thank you for joining.
Fucking hear me, you cocksucker.
Keep on drinking.
This has been a Fat Lowell's Radio production. To hear more shows like this, go to soundcloud.com/FatLowellsRadio.